Did we really have to start the day off with what happened to Notify? There's information in the panels about what happened to Notify. It's gone. It's over. That's fine, because there's cool new things. Better than Notify. Why were you excited about Notify? I don't understand. What was like... You probably weren't. I mean, kind of was at the beginning, but... It's not a very exciting app. Oh, I can't wait to get notifications from my favorite creators. It's gonna be so... fun. I don't know. It just wasn't a fun... Like, it was fun to watch, like... to be part of building it and to start a company and to stream it and to build the community and to design the app and all those things were fun. The app itself was not fun. Space Drive, on the other hand, is endless fun. Like, it just doesn't stop being fun. It's fun to use, it's fun to make, and it's also useful, very useful, and not completely pointless. The UI and promo video made it look very dope, and the UI and promo video of Space Drive is going to make it look even doper. I tell you that much. Yeah, no, really, don't be too attached to the creation when it's time to move on, because you can always create something better than the thing you just created, and you most likely will with the knowledge and experience you gained from creating the previous thing. So. Startup vlogs were cool too. I agree, and they might make a comeback. They might make a comeback. Not quite the same. Very different style. I'm just gonna experiment, but yeah, I wanna post some content on YouTube. It's just so difficult to find the time to do that when I wake up in the morning and I'm thinking, you know, I'm never thinking, okay, I should start gathering footage to make a YouTube video, or I should start I should turn on the camera and start talking. I'm like, well, I do turn on the camera and start talking, except it's Twitch, because I don't have to think about it. I just turn on the camera, press a button, and here we are. We're working. We're able to do things. So it's much, I don't know. It is a lot, it's a lot better. Anyway, so we're working on the theming still. Pretty much Gucci on most of it. Oh, that is a bit grim. Okay. Yeah, we're really close to having this PR be able to be merged. Essentially, just adding proper theming support so that the UI is consistent and we don't make too much more of a mess as we pile in tons more UI with a bad theming system. So. I'm quite happy with this though. I've gotten rid of the blur on the majority of the app. Now it's just only on the sidebar. Give me a different background. Okay, cool, that'll do. I mean, that doesn't show anything off, but yeah. And light theme changes with the system again. Is nice. Should have done that a little bit more gracefully. Yeah, there you go. And yeah, we got the menus are dark on light theme, which is a stylistic choice that I am not regretting so far. I think it's very nice. Display back to dark mode. Okay. I think I do have to fix the photo borders because they are... Oh, and I need to fix the blur behind the header here. Settings is looking okay. I need to fix locations, tags. This has gone blue for some reason. Nodes. Oh, not nodes. Yeah, it's just locations, extensions. Oh, and then the modal, this bottom jobs modal needs styling. But then we're pretty much up to date. Pretty much all the components are now styled correctly.
We're getting stronger.
So that's gonna be cool. Do still need to work on the icons. Lots of stuff to do with the icons and making them work related to object kind, categorizing things properly so they get the right icons. Moving things like the MP4 logo to actually be embedded on icons like this, but bottom right of image thumbnails. Yeah. But really happy because of this theming system and how clean it is to work with. I just spilled coffee. I couldn't start a stream without spilling coffee. I have no idea. Whatever. What the fuck? You AI generating responses to yourself? What are you doing? Okay, well, let's just first acknowledge that Hawks Eli subscribed with Prime. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Will sidebar be resizable? Yes. How long did it take to learn Rust? Not long. Alistair, thanks for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. So you want to hear about like how I came up with Space Drive and like how I transitioned? Well, the transition from Notify to Space Drive took a year. Space Drive is a much older idea than Notify. I had it in 2016, whereas Notify I came up with in 2018. I always knew I wanted to build Space Drive since then. I just didn't know how to. I didn't really understand. I thought it was a tremendously difficult technical challenge for someone that didn't even know how to make a website. So Notify was like, during that period, I learned so much that I was able to apply to starting Space Drive. And to be honest, it's made doing this 10 times easier. I learned Rust from watching YouTube tutorials. Make sure it's easy for you to access Space Drive API. What are you talking about? There is no API. I know this is like, you're just like AI generated fucking one more sass moment. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna get back to theming. I need to spin up the light theme version. Oh, I can't do that now because I've changed the shit. Yeah, I added this prefers color scheme thing to make it actually work with Tailwind. I'm just realizing now that I won't be able to spin up the light theme version if I open up the web version of Space Drive. It's just going to be... I haven't seen this yet. How's this looking? Oh, okay, so that flash that happens when you go to a new screen, I'm gonna get rid of it. It was added in as a oh, by the way, look, we got Spline running in here. Yeah, I ignore why that zoom is so bizarre, but yeah, I was just proving that could be done. That Tori supports Spline now. It didn't used to support Spline. Now it does, which is actually really good news because I can do some crazy things with Spline. Spline is a web-based design, like 3D software, and you can basically make, like, it's incredible what you can make with Spline, and you can embed it in an app. It's just like that. Yeah, it's really crazy cool. No rebuilds with Space Drive. We've been pretty much eyes on the prize since the beginning. There's just no need because, like, when I was at Notify, people were telling me, like, left and right, oh, this is the tech we should be using. This is what we should be using. Now I can tell you what we should be using. Now I know what tech is gonna work and what tech is not gonna work because I've tried it all thanks to Notify. Of course, I don't know all of the solutions and all the options out there, but because of that experience, I'm informed. So yes, you know what? Going with Towery, Rust, Prisma Client Rust, RSPC, all these technologies that are brand new, is a risk. But it's a risk that, based on what I can see so far, I'm willing to take, and on top of that, something I am committing to. But I've done so in a way that is, obviously I'm pretty much dependent on Prisma and RSPC, and that's fine. But Tauri, you know, it's incredible the value that it's providing for Space Drive. But the beauty of it is that the only Tauri code that I've actually written that's specific and exclusive to Tauri is like one or two files in desktop here, src, like main rs. That's it. That's all it is. And the menu, which is this thing up here. Let's go some native code here as well, for Swift to do things with like the blurred background and shit like that. But aside from that, like if I wanted to switch to Electron, I could just add an Electron app in here and just tie in the interface with the core, and boom, you have exactly the same thing that you have here. This is running without Tauri. This is running in a Chrome tab, and connecting to the server running the core, which is pure Rust, running on my machine, and then the interface is running as a web app in this terminal, and then Tauri is running both the core and the web app in this terminal. So if I wanted to switch it out to Electron, it would take like maybe all of 5 minutes. So as much as I am bullish on Tauri, I've just been, I guess you could say, like clever about how I have structured and designed this such that we shouldn't run into major structural issues like we did with Notify. Have you contributed to any of your dependencies? I mean, we've kind of made up a lot of the stack as we're growing along. Like RSPC and Prisma Client Rust are two packages that Brendan and Oscar, who are on our team, they were making while I was prototyping Space Drive, or at least Prisma Client Rust was being made while I was prototyping Space Drive. So it was being made alongside of it, and so it kind of, me and Brendan's projects just kind of came together when he was like, "Man, you should try this thing out." And so I tore out CQ, was it CQL? CQLite? No, not CQLite. CQL, yeah, it's a Rust ORM. I tore that out and put in Brendan's thing. And then, you know, he wrote all the docs, it's fully tested, it's well designed, and Prisma have sponsored it now, so I feel safe using that because it's like growing beyond Space Drive. And it's incredible. It's really good. There's some tooling that we're like, okay, we've torn this a lot. Like we've been doing a lot of refactoring with the UI stuff, so we're like, but not really crazy amounts. Like we've chosen, we're like, I think we're factoring out headless and going full with Radix. Just only switched out the theming system. But these are things that are still counted as progressions. They're not necessarily switching it up and pivoting and changing the tech and big rewrite ahead. It's like, if anything, I'm like, if I'm thinking of doing something, I'm always going to weigh up realistically how much time it's going to take and pretty much say no if I think it's going to take too much time, which I've done many times so far at Space Drive. I've said no to more things than I've said yes to, which is, I guess, I don't know, is that, it's better. I'm gonna fix the camera behind. And also, I've been dying to take a sip of this, but it's been too hot. It's not really Chrome, it's WebKit or something like this, which is working different each platform. Yeah. So, yeah, of course, it's not Chrome, right? Wait, hold on. Let me test this out, side by side.
Respect for you.
Look at that. Can you see the difference on macOS? How the WebKit version like transitions. It feels so much more native than a Chrome tab does with your system if you're a Mac user. So tell me now, which one is better, just from what you can see here side by side? Tauri on the left Chromium on the right. I mean, that's just changing the theme, I know, but it's just like how it feels to use the app, which is an extremely important thing when you're considering, like, a lot of users, they don't see the memory overhead. It doesn't necessarily feel sluggish. Like, there's a lot of reasons why Electron just slips by and just is great and standard. But when you experience and when you use an app that's native, you can almost always tell the difference. And I feel like Tauri with WebKit is kind of blurring the lines. WebKit is a bit of a pain in the fucking ass to deal with at times, but if you develop your app on macOS for the worst case scenario, which is WebKit, then surely it's all, you know, when you pull it up in Chrome, it's going to be fine. Although I can see there's a bar at the bottom here, which is a little strange. But aside from that, everything else seems pretty much intact. Obviously, I can't open up. Oh, this is a absolutely large, very large folder that I need to add pagination, so it's not as slow. Yeah, we don't have thumbnails because that's a thing that's specific to Tauri, that we're passing the asset URLs. So thumbnails work here, but not in the Chromium version yet. We're going to sort that out. I noticed the white bar. It happens on Tauri too. Yeah, no, I fixed it though. It was just a 10 pixel padding thing that I had going on. But this is a different thing, actually. Yeah, it's... I'm gonna fix it, don't worry. Yeah, but it doesn't use WebKit on Linux. It uses Chrome on Linux. That's the thing. Tauri just uses your native browser that your system OS would prefer. On Microsoft, it's using Edge, which is Chromium. On Linux, it's using. Wait, when you say Chromium version, is it not just the browser? Yes, it is a browser, which is running Chrome. This is Google Chrome. This is, you know, if I quit, it's actually Brave browser, but it's Chromium under the hood. Whereas this is Safari, and you can tell that if I do. Sorry, this music is a bit loud. I'm really competing with it here. Yeah, if I do DevTools, you can see on this side we've got Safari DevTools, and here we've got Chrome DevTools. They are definitely different. Yeah, there's no point me having this little shitty app open anymore if I can't test the... I'm just going to switch between... I'm going to disable the automatic theme switching for VS Code. So I can... I need to look up how to do that. VS Code disable theme sync with system. Something like that. I want to turn it off. Workbench preferred light theme. Oh, I suppose I could set that to the dark theme. Is bearded arc. Okay, so now when I change my theme on my system, it doesn't change VS Code, which is what I need right now. Where's my terminal at? You can come here. Okay. It would be nice to have them side by side. I think I could probably do that if I build the theme switcher, and then I could like actually switch the theme in the settings. That would be probably the smart thing to do. Wondering how you keep working with a text that small. It's not actually, firstly, it's a bit too small, and secondly, this is on a 28-inch monitor, so it's not as small as it looks over Twitch, probably. I don't test the app on Linux and Windows yet. I will soon. I have a Windows machine. I have a FreeBSD NAS, so I'll be testing on FreeBSD, but I won't be testing on Linux. Unless I spin up a Linux. I could spin up a Linux machine, probably a VM or something. But I have I have devs that work work on Windows and Linux. So, in fact, I have a dev that works Windows and a dev that works Linux. So we're pretty much covered on that. How in the world did you get Kim.com following? Of all people you're wondering about, I have Notch following me on Twitter. And that's the impressive one. Kim.com follows tons of people. Tons of people. But my most proud follow is definitely Notch as a Minecraft fanboy. Forever. Yeah, I don't know. One day, it was literally so random. Kim.com just randomly followed me one day. No interaction with him. No prompt. No... I didn't do anything that would be like, oh my god, people would like... He didn't follow off the back and notify or space dry. He just fucking followed. Tell us a Notch story. I just like... He's just really responsive on Twitter. And for the longest time, I've just like... I mean, I'm a fan, so I would talk to him. And he just started replying to me. And then eventually followed me. So I was like... It's just been going like that for years, and I honestly, anytime I see him in my mentions, I get a little happy, because, I don't know, it's like, he's not really the type that you would idolize, but for me, he's like an accidental, I mean, he's a genius, but like, his whole success is so, he's not the type for it, and it's so interesting to me to see how somebody who is so like not someone who would like to be be a billionaire is just like super successful like that, and at something that pretty much drives me, and that's like creating things like apps and games, and the process of doing that. Like I like to think that the process of like making Minecraft would have been very similar to what it's been like starting up a company. Probably different in some ways, but I guess that like childhood fixation obviously everyone has for Minecraft, but I saw videos of Notch coding when I was young, and I don't know, the sounds of his little mechanical keyboard and the way he just had like two monitors, and he had Minecraft on one side and his IDE on Java IDE on the second, and he had his shitty white keyboard with the light theme code, and just doing like math and like equations to make the skeleton shoot in different directions. You've probably seen that video. When I saw that, I've watched that so many times. I watched the full documentary. Like I used to screen it in my room with like it's sad, but like I don't know. It was just so interesting to me because I love the game. The game is like was my happy place like growing up, and it was for so many people, and to be so interested on my part on like how it was made, and to be able to see that and just seeing it's just that guy is like, wow, that guy just sitting there with his little keyboard, like I can make the explosion, it's super efficient. That guy is the fucking dude that created this incredible universe that is Minecraft, like endless universe. So it just like super inspired me, and so yeah, I don't know, that's why I was kind of I frequently like interact with him, because like I respect him, I'm fascinated by him. I once watched Notch do London Dare. The speed in which he got stuff done from scratch was inspiring, right? I wish he streamed again. Imagine a Notch dev stream. I mean, I don't know if he's working on anything at the moment, but that would be dope. Hey Notch, if you're watching this, stream some coding. I'll introduce you to the programming community. That would be incredible. Yeah, the problem is with Notch is you can't like ask him to do like social things and expect to get like that to happen. He'll socialize or do something if he wants to, and if you push him, I've seen some of his other friends on Twitter, other YouTubers, like pushing him to do things, or to like hang out or to appear on this because he's so friendly with people. They feel like they can just be, oh come on man, come on Notch, come on, do this thing. You know, like, it'd be great, and you can tell that it's really the incentive to do it is because it's Notch, and he doesn't really care too much to socialize if he doesn't have to. So but he has no problem just being like, no, I said no. So yeah, I wouldn't ever like be like trying to push him to do something that he wouldn't want to do, or like, which is likely if it's a social thing that he wouldn't want to do it. Not streams would be pog. They would. It was on a random game dev forum when he posted the first demo. Yo, I remember that too. The whole thread where he's telling people about the game. Like this, I'm not even gonna lie. Like this, like the whole seeing that and researching into it is like the fuel behind like why I wanted to do startups and make stuff. You know, like seeing that, wow, you could just like put a prototype of a thing together, rally up a community of people that are interested in that thing, and then start developing it, and then release versions, and then make money and keep doing it and have it grow into something bigger than yourself. Like that is the dream of anybody that likes to make things. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, do you want to link to your workplace? I do. I can give you that. Anyway, we're gonna get into theming. I've got a lot to do, and I was looking forward to starting my stream today to get started. So let's not waste any more minutes talking about Mr. Minecraft Man. Oh, that's not wasting. It's not wasting. Where's the link? Oh, there it is. Copy. Share. Copy link to playlist. I need to pull open. There you go. Connecting to chat. Okay. Bruh, let me post. There we go. Oh, that'd be cool, Pyro. It'd be awesome. Do you have a good example with Tauri, RSPC, Prisma? I've been trying to follow examples in the repository of Prisma and RSPC, but nothing seems to work. We are working on that. You know, it'd be a fun stream to like set up a base project, but then I'd need Brendan because like the odds of it going wrong. There's still Prisma Client Rust still isn't. It's stable, like from a functionality perspective, but it's not stable in terms of like set up and integration. I feel, I don't know. He's done a really good job, but I'm not sure if it's like migrations. Is he got maybe in his docs? Honestly, the best place is to not look at how Space Drive does it and just go follow the docs of Tori, Prisma Client Rust, and RSPC and try and integrate them that way. Prisma.Brendonovich. Yeah. So you install Prisma Client Rust in the CLI. You gotta have CERD, and then this is the only thing you need to put in your Rust, pretty much, that runs the CLI and runs all the code gen and everything, I think. And then cargo run. Just run the following to access the CLI. Cargo run bin Prisma binary name command. Brandon, make this simpler. The fuck? I look at this, I'm like, bruh. I do PM Prisma or Cargo Prisma. I don't know. There's gotta be something you could do. Make that less cringe. Oh, there you go. Next line. He made it less cringe. There you go. Prisma equals run bin Prisma binary name. See, I don't know what the Prisma binary name is. That's what I'm confused. Like, where do I need to read this? Bin folder if you don't have one. Binary name. It's probably the name. Oh, it creates a binary and puts it in src bin. Okay, right. So when you run this code, this meme here creates a binary and sticks it in the source/bin folder, so that then you can run and then you have an alias for Prisma so you can actually run it. Okay, so this is a little bit of a weird setup to get it going, but it's necessary. Workspace crate, whatever, yeah. So he's got a bunch of... why does it say like binary not provided? Okay, whatever. Setup. Oh, there's another thing for setup. Okay, yeah. So the database URL, if you're using SQLite, doesn't really matter. Because this isn't used ever. I mean, it's used by Prisma, but we don't care about it because we're not shipping. The dev DB is the production DB, but you're supposed to make whatever. Anyway, yeah, that was confusing. Ignore what I just said. What is this? Creating the client. Okay. And so the client now, this is the thing that you can call the database queries on.
Nothing but respect for you.
I'm pretty sure. Instance of principal client created by new client. So yep, there's your client, and then you can access it, and blah 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 blah. And so I think RSPC has. There's a docs here on how to integrate this with RSPC, which is really cool. This tells you, once you set up RSPC, how to very easily start building up essentially an API using just, in Rust, using just Prisma Client Rust and RSPC. You're able to build up a full CRUD API, and it's really, really nice. And so you just build that, agnostic of Tori. Just forget Tari for a second. Then your job is to connect the front end in Tari to RSPC, which is something you could probably steal from Space Drive. It might be difficult to find out. I wonder if there's a guide on that. You know, we should probably just set up the base. I really want to set up like an empty. Brendan wants to go full-fledged and make like a whole stack, which I'm not opposed to, but I'm not prioritizing, obviously. So I don't know. But maybe we could spin up an example project at some point pretty easily. And unless anyone in the community wants to try and have a smack at it, getting RSPC, Prisma, Tauri, you can use Space Drive as an example, set up in a... I mean, Brendan and Oscar will probably do it their own way because they can, you know, they'll have their own ideas of how they should be done, but it might help. Community effort couldn't hurt. Try to search on the core package. So yeah, let me give you a tour of Space Drive because it's very big. Well, it's not that big actually, and a lot of it is overcomplicated. Like you don't need to have an interface package, and you don't need a UI package. You don't need all this monorepo.js stuff. All you need is, yeah, I'm so fucking tempted. I'm very curious to see how fast it would be to set up a fresh Tauri. Tauri setup. I've not done this since I started Space Drive, so. PNPM, thank you. PNPM create Tauri app. Oh, all right, let's do this. I know this is a complete detraction, but PNPM create Tauri app. Can I give it a name? Tauri starter. PNPM TypeScript, React TypeScript. I just want to see if it can be done quickly, and I'll donate 20 minutes to this. Make sure to stop me though after 20 minutes. PNPM desktop. No. What is this? PNPM start maybe? I don't know. Cat package JSON PNPM dev. Does that just spin up the? Okay. PNPM Tauri. PNPM Tauri dev. There we go. Alright, so what we got? Tauri give you this setup. You got your source and your Tauri source. So what I would do if I was building, you know, let's do like a mini space drive kind of setup where you have SRC Tauri and SRC, and then you have like, I mean, so you could put it in an SRC Tauri, but I feel like this is best kept like, maybe if we initialize RSPC in main, and then inside here we have, there we go. Alright, V2. You're spoiling me. Okay, let's just put it in here. Let's do, new file, api.rs. Okay, so we've got our main file, which is our main Rust, where Tauri is getting created. Wow, it opens it so much quicker than the space drive app. Isn't that wild? And then you have the API, which is where we're going to set up RSPC. So let's first set up Prisma Client Rust, and I'm going to follow Brendan's documentation from the get-go. Where are you at? Okay. Installation. Really wish you'd given me a command for this, but that's okay. I guess we'll just drop this in the cargo tunnel. So that's why he's doing this. And then we've got CERD. Are we 2021? We are. And then we want to put Prisma Rust CLI in main before the Tauri builder. Or is this in build? By accessing SRC bin folder if you don't already have one, inside this file, put the following. Okay, creating a bin folder, inside it creating a file like Prisma RS. Okay, right, new folder bin, new file Prisma.rs. Bam. This doesn't go in the main. I think this is because this is like a build thing. And then I'm gonna also add this alias. Prisma binary name. So is Prisma binary... Oh, I suppose it would just be Prisma.rs. I don't know if it would be .rs or not. So cargo toml, and then alias can come down here. So the binary name, let's just imagine it's just Prisma, right? So let's have a look and see if I can run cargo Prisma. Oh, and I should also create a Prisma. So in SRC Tauri, so we should probably add a workspace crate. Move the CLI binary to a separate crate to configure your project to use cargo. So I wonder if I could just get away with not doing that for now. Which I probably can. Which means I'd put a Prisma folder in the root. And that is where my schema and my migrations are going to live. Or Prisma.schema. Isn't that? Schema.prisma. Gotcha. And then new folder, migrations. Okay, cool. And your devdb can go in there as well. Cargo run. Let me nab the schema example as well. Very basic schema. So he's got SRC and then a Prisma, schema, migrations, and a bin. So I'm pretty much at the same point that he's suggesting. Tauri logo. Looking sexy there. Look at that. PM. Oh no, it's cargo Prisma. Cargo Prisma. There's no such sub command. But I added a run thing. Oh, because I'm in... yeah, so you've got a CD into SRC Tauri, because this is a cargo crate. So here you can run cargo Prisma migrate dev Prisma migrate cargo, but I added it. Prisma equals, did I save it? Prisma binary name. No such subcommand, Prisma. Okay. That's a typical one. I love it. So this is like, I compare this to starting a Minecraft world from the beginning. You've got your world, you've got all your stuff, you have your protections of your base, and you come out of that and you're like, okay, how do I start again? Fuck. I'm honestly not entirely sure because I've never done this with the new stuff. It's the first time using this without our pre-built commands, but honestly not sure why my command isn't working. Cargo print no such subcommand Prisma. So I think what I'll try and do is run this cargo bin Prisma cargo run. Oh, because firstly the bin needs to be in here in src tari. Pretty sure. No? Yeah, well, that's the cargo place, so unused manifest alias. No bin target named Prisma. Does he tell me what to do? The easiest way to create a binary access to CLI is by creating a bin folder if you don't already have one. Oh, src/bin. src tari bin. Okay, that makes sense.
Respect for you.
Creating a file Prisma RS. This will determine the name of your binary. This will determine. So, does he mean .rs? This will determine the name of your binary. Cargo run bin Prisma.rs. No bin target name Prisma.rs. What about Prisma? No bin target name Prisma. So obviously, like, I think you forgot to create a conf.config folder. What do you mean a .config folder? No idea. I think because if it's like, sorry, a cargo with a cargo config.toml inside. So src tari is a cargo project, which theoretically you should be able to run, to have a bin folder in here. I'm just like confused because rs, this is a Rust file, not a binary. I don't know how to make it into one. I wonder if Brendan's online, I could ask him. I don't think he is. The bench should be inside SRC. But it's in SRC Tauri, which is the cargo project. SRC is a TypeScript project. So this guide is telling you how to set it up in a raw Rust environment, not with Tauri. It's SRC of SRC Tauri? You're kidding me. Oh. Oh. That makes sense, actually. Yeah. Okay, we're getting there. I'm gonna send this VOD to, there it goes. And now it's been hoping that Brendan watches this VOD and can see how an average person stumbles here and maybe upgrade the docs a little bit. But that was, we got there in the end. So we can do cargo run, I'm assuming now cargo Prisma init. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to use the init command and I'm going to get rid of this. I'm just going to do what it tells me to do. Where? What? Oh. Aha! No such subcommand Prisma. What do you mean, bro? Alias. Alias. Bruh. Fuck that doc's confusing ass shit. What? This cargo alias shit don't work. Maybe I need a Prisma binary name. It's just Prisma, we know that. Run bin. Oh, for alias you need a cargo, dot cargo, oh. You need a dot cargo with config toml. And he doesn't say that either. Oh, I didn't read it. Okay. Fucking dumbass. Alright, that's me. Create a folder at the root of your project called .cargo. My problem is reading docs sometimes. Config.toml. Okay, alright. I'm so gonna put this as a... Wait, does he have a... I bet you he has like a starter with Tauri. Does he actually? I'm gonna cry if he does. No, he just has raw... He's not got a Tauri example yet. But here's an example showing RSPC, which I'm gonna steal real fast. You're going in my API. Okay. All right. Init. Hey, look at that. So the database URL. Yeah, Prisma, shut up. You create a .prisma. There you are. There's your schema. Nice. So now with our schema, we could probably take the Tauri one. No, not the Tauri one. I was just saying words. Set up this. Alright, mate, look at that. I'm back one directory and into prisma.rs. Righto. Wait, no. Back one directory, into source, and then, yeah, prisma.rs will go there. Okay. Alright, let's generate it. Sorry, just a pedantic thing. You know, really, nothing personal. Alright, cargo Prisma. Generate? No, not fuck off, Fig. Sorry. Alright. Cool. Prisma.rs. Look at that. Thanks, Brendan, for the code gen. Oh my god. It's not this is the code gen for this schema. No, I'm not shitting on Prisma Client Rust. I'm just saying that code gen be wild, but it's fine because it's still efficient, and it works really well. So it is what it is. Basically, this is like, think of this as like an application to interface directly tailor-made to your schema. Basically, it generates a Rust app for accessing. So all the syntax of Prisma Client Rust is now baked into this generated file. So now when I import this generated file into my Rust project, I can access an interface with my database. So it's like, yeah, turns your schema into Rust code. That's the purpose. What the fuck? Huh. Yes, it's live, all right. I feel like you've asked that multiple times. I'm never, ever gonna run a rerun. Anyway, it's alright. Just predicting about someone else's. Yeah, everything's just, I'm just guessing. Always live here. Always live. I don't do reruns. And this ain't the hot tub channel. Okay, so that's cool. All right, we've generated our. So for those of you joining the stream, I'm supposed to be working on Space Drive, and I actually woke up super excited to start working on Space Drive because we've made so much incredible progress with creating the new theme, theming system. Sorry, and I want to finish this PR and get it merged, and we're gonna do that shortly. But first, for just a little bit longer, I'm just setting up Prisma Client Rust, Towery, and RSPC in one, because someone in chat said they weren't able to do it. So I'm gonna do it. Maybe I'll push it to GitHub or something when I'm done. But yeah, I also just want to do it because I want to see how easy it is, so I can give them critiques. Not that I am an idiot. I'm a first-class idiot. But no, there's a few gotchas in here. Damn, I'm sorry. That would have been exciting. No, it's not live, but it's gonna be soon. I promise. Like actually, like coming along. Like a lot of the functionality under the hood for Space Drive is in place. Like it does, we've got full internally. Like for example, you can't like mount an encryption key and encrypt files in the UI, but all of that is built. The key manager, the encryption algorithm stuff, the format, the decryptor, and then we've got all this FFmpeg stuff so we can generate thumbnails from all types of video, more than any operating system already in place. We have an entire section of the app dedicated to categorizing and understanding file types. In fact, it's wild. It's what is it? Extensions.ts or RS, sorry. It reads the magic bytes of the header of a file and categorizes them into kinds like code extension, database, image, archive, into object kind basically. So that's cool. That's like a whole thing. So then we've got our FFmpeg stuff, we've got our crypto stuff, and we have the whole virtual file system, which is like all the stuff around like so much of this is built. There's so much stuff in here, but like none of it really works in the UI except for scanning direct locations and keeping watch on them. But now all of this stuff is in place. We're just kind of layering, that functionality in with UI as, this stuff is well ahead of It's well ahead of the UI on the Rust then. But yeah. I'm reading the hex for extensions. Yes, nice context menu. Yeah, context menu is a little better now. It's got, you've got some things on the side, and yeah, it's just looking nicer. A lot of the UI is getting polished up. You got select now, got a slider. I've rethemed everything, so now there's like this colors.scss. You can actually create a theme. Look how easy it is for me to create another theme. So I haven't actually set up like a thing to switch themes yet. I'm gonna do that. It's gonna be really easy. I'm just gonna comment that out. And so if I take this theme here, I grab 230, select them all, and change it to 295, I've created another theme for the app. Fully themed, top to bottom, everything is just like that. That's how easy it is to create themes for Space Drive. It's actually kind of nuts. Like, look at that shit. Fully, like, I mean, it doesn't look that great, but HSL is kind of cracked. HSL plus Tailwind and CSS bars, that is the MVP for theming. It's really cool. And then Tauri coming in with the WebKit theme transitions. Oh, I don't know. Like we're in a good spot. So back to the procrastination at hand, because that's important. We are gonna finish doing this. So next step is probably RSPC, because I know the rest of this. RSPC Rust. Okay. That's cool. Right, so where do we start? Quick start. Cargo at, thanks Oscar, you already win over Brendan for adding commands. Good job.
It seems they are dreaming. Yes, let me analyze. Just a moment.
Alright, so our API, let's export this as
All dreams recorded.
so
Visualizing data.
I wonder how, does he have an example with here we go. Perfect. RSPC features version Tauri. Alright, so we got specific shit going on for get out the way, Space Drive. Okay. Features Tauri. Sure you have the latest version? I do, thank you very much. Alright, usage. Tauri Builder Default RSPC Integrations Plugin Router. Expose your router using the Tauri plugin. So we've got a router being built. No, we just have database. Right, router, new. Here it is, new context. I think the... Okay, there, yeah, it's build. Okay, so this returns the router. Get router. Or build router. Okay, so... Oh, and there's a... Alright, interesting. So we have a build router function. Router doesn't do anything. I need to use it with an integration to make sure it does anything. Yes, thanks Oscar. Cool. Build router, and we're going to put this into main.rs in Tauri here. So the builder, Tauri builder default dot plugin you are going to go right there, and then we're going to say const API router, and then you're going to be require. Do you know what language this is? Right. is gonna be build router. I should probably mod API, and then I could do API. I think it's mod API and then use or something like that. I don't know. What am I talking about? Yeah, that's right. Well, it's my fault for writing TypeScript. Const. Is the search bar space native on the top? No. So this is all web view top to bottom, except for the traffic lights here. These are real. Oops. Yeah, these are real. This is not native. Oh, there's that bug again. Okay. Right. Yeah. Pretty much show you what it looks like if I just delete the app there. Delete the sidebar. This is, and there is a this external thing. Yeah, I can delete that. Delete that. You can delete whole root. There you go. So this is the Tari window without any app in it. It's just the blur effect in the background and the top stuff. And we've made that happen using webview.swift. So yeah, like we've modified Tari a little bit, or we've basically not modified Tari. We accept the NS window on macOS by passing it from Rust, and then we just basically add the blur effect in Swift because Tari doesn't support it, and their plugin doesn't work, or at least last time I tried it doesn't work. So we built this a while ago, and then but we're gonna keep this probably because we've got a lot of control over the actual macOS experience by doing this. So we can do a lot more custom stuff on top of Tari with that. Yeah, it is farm function interface to Swift. Yeah, you can do this pub. I think this is that. Yeah, you can just call a function. It's really cool. All right, I'm gonna leave you just chilling down the side here. You can sit there with your broken ass sidebar. All right. We got RSPC in here. I'm gonna add that to my user so it doesn't scream at me. I'll leave that there. So, all right, we got our test API. Now, theoretically, this DB mod DB. Oh, we don't have mod DB. So this would be Prisma. Yeah. Because that brings in this, basically. And I think I can do this in main. And then in API, I can do use. Oh, and is that how you do that? Yeah, something like that. I'm not sure why Rust isn't like running this code. Anything else we have to do? Okay, no. That should be it. So it should technically run. pnpm tari dev. Let's see what happens. Yeah, Spectre. Interesting. Yo, I probably... So there's a thing that stops it from compiling the engines that it's not using. I just forget what it is. Alright, cool. Yeah, so that's expected. I just want errors to start showing up. But I'm not sure why it's not. No external crate Prisma. Yeah, I'm doing this wrong. Pub mod Prisma. I think I have to do like use crate. Yeah, I know. Alright, there we go. Oh no. Wait, that's not... Use crate Prisma. Yeah, there it is. Literally forgetting how to use Rust. Alright, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna guess some of this API code is out of date, so we're gonna probably have to redo it. But I want to see the errors. That's what I mean. Oh, it's scanning routes. I'm gonna let it do that real quick, and then we'll build up a basic little app. Chilly outside. Still scanning. That's weird. I really want sweatpants. There he goes, still doing it. It make no sense. I don't know. Neovem, where you at? Head start on Movember. Yeah, I just lazy, but I also think it would be funny maybe for like a week or two to grow a villainous beard. All I'm doing is coding. Don't have to look pretty for anything, so. It is different. It is. I don't use. I really like. I've always been able to grow a beard since I was like 17. I just always shave it off because I usually hate it. I mean, I do hate it. I just sometimes it's like, you know, it's like wearing different clothes. You're like, okay, this is a little different for now. I'm gonna rock with it. I definitely wouldn't keep it because it doesn't. It's a bit too villainous. No, I mean villainous. When it grows out, like it like it's like I have a video where it's like I literally just like almost just like a triangle. It got to like here. It was like a proper beard. Yeah, that was a period. But it would also be very funny to do it again. I'm streaming, FYI. Oh. Programming villain art, true. Word out for those of us that can't listen. If you, sometimes I'm jealous of you because you don't have to shave every day. And there are days where like I want to have a fresh face, but like my skin hurts from like a week of close shaving. So it's like there's plus sides to having a baby face forever. Okay. Rust Analyzer seems to just not be getting anywhere. That is so bizarre. I don't get it. Well, I'll be damned. I don't know. I have no idea. And does Space Jar just work? It seems to be actually be doing things. This is what it should be doing, right? This is what it should be doing. Going through one package at a time and doing its little cargo checking meme. But it's not. It's not. It just, and then it's done. Look at that. Space drive complete. Something's broken about the other thing. Which is really quite frustrating. We'll come back to it though. Definitely something I'm gonna look into because I actually want to have like a starter template with all the space drive like stuffs in it. Alright, so I think one of the first things I'm going to do is work on, come here, what on earth? Okay. So let's fix up this. Shouldn't take long. It's nearly done. Oh, I think it might be done. Probably need to fix the actual key background. I love these new class names because they're so memorable. That's what I like about them. Okay, no. I really want to make this animate. I would love for this background to slide to here. And honestly, for the page to slide with it too. I think it would look really cool. Just a very quick. I have no idea how to do it. I mean, I can figure it out, but I don't know if I have the time. I can think how so many of these things would animate. And I'm like, I mean, I don't want too many animations, but also want to solve that, actually. Wait a second. Does this mean I have to have a separate... I was thinking about this in bed last night while I was trying to sleep. I was really deeply thinking if I would have to have, like... Oh, because menu is, like, sidebar. Because I want to have, like, sidebar menu. But, like, the menus have all different sets of colors, which wouldn't work. We can't go 3 levels deep. We can only go, like, color app thing. It would be... like type of color, so like text, border, or placeholder, background, BG, all those things are like colors in Tailwind. So you've got the Tailwind color, then the place, the area of the app where the color is, where there is like a theme. So like the sidebar in the main app and the menu are 3 separate places, and potentially the inspector would be later on, but at the moment it's part of the main view of color set, which actually makes sense because you have the background color and then you have the box layer, and then things are designed to look good directly on top of the box. The other alternative is to have like a set of colors specific to each like layer of colors or layer of base color. And if the box is a different base color and your button and your input looks different on the box as per the backgrounds, it might be better off to have like a background base color with a bunch of styles and then a box base color with a bunch of styles. But the box is designed to go on top of the background. It's like everything in Vili is tied together, and designing a system for theming that targets enough flexibility to be able to have like control over the theme without having to touch any of the underlying code. So it's definitely challenging. But what I'm experiencing here is that I'm feeling the sidebar menu should be different to this menu. This shouldn't be black. This should be more like box color, more brighter. But in light theme, that's the contrary. It should be black here and black here. So yeah, like I said, you could have two separate sets of colors for. Also, we could probably slim this down. I don't think all of the shades are used. Vanilla theme, light. Let's test that. Hover isn't used, I don't think, but we probably need that color just in case. Same with selected. Menu faint is that color. Menu ink is the text. The line is the line through the middle, I think. Yeah. And then the menu is the background. I'm not, so we have hover and selected in case we want to do, because at the moment that's using the accent color forcibly in the menu. It's not allowing you to actually select the hover, which is kind of misleading, I guess. I don't know. Actually do. I definitely want to style this differently. I love the way it looks in the light theme. It's very rare I'd say something like that, but I hate the way it looks in the dark theme. But the problem is if I change the menu in the dark theme, it's going to change the menu as it looks here. And if I change this in the sidebar in the actual markup, then it's going to change how it looks in light theme. Oh, I don't like that. But that though, maybe we specify, no. Oh, my background camera is dying. Also, coffee. Can I reheat? There's enough to reheat that. Oh, thank you, Manuel. Appreciate that. I could affect, maybe, you know, the only thing I think I actually need to override here. Oh, I have an idea. Sidebar. I'm going to override it specifically for the sidebar, and I'm going to use the rare occasion where I actually use Tailwind's light dark system to override it with a brighter color, like the sidebar box. I always lose it in this file. I really want to break this file up into components because it's really confusing. Things are not in a linear order. Sidebar, drop down button. Here we go. So we can override. We're already overriding a bunch of things like the. Wait, already. Oh, okay. So we can do dark BG sidebar box. Oh, no, 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 that's not the right thing. My bad. I'm looking for the menu background, which is actually above it here. We don't have any class names going into that. Items, class names. Dark. BG sidebar. BG sidebar. Box. There we go. Look at that. That's way better. How did I get them both open at the same time? What? How did I do that? That's crazy. I'm gonna keep it like that for now. Crazy. Yes, React. Do you use a VPN? Yeah, I use Proton VPN. I only just switched to it. I don't really have a preference. I mean, they all kind of operate the same. It's really about like which one is like trustworthy, I guess. And to be honest, out of all of them, I'd say Proton VPN. It's made by a company that is definitely big on like security, privacy, and rather than one of these like YouTube startup VPNs where they're like in your sponsorship, like get now promo, and maybe Proton do that too. I don't know, but it's that, you know, I'd say I trust the Proton VPN more than others, but I don't use it when I'm like most of the time. But this is mainly when I go out. Like if I'm out, it's always on. Because you don't know who you're like what networks you're connecting to. I legitimately have used it to watch Netflix though. Like they always use that as like a plus point, and I'm like, man, how is this allowed? But like I do it, and it works. Okay, I definitely want to change this color actually. Wait, is this sidebar box? Is sidebar box used for anything else? Good question. Glad you asked. It's not. So I have complete freedom to alter the style, the color of sidebar box, because this is its only time to shine. Sidebar box, you are going to have less. No. You're gonna be lighter for one. Yes. That's it. How about 16? No, that's perfect. 16 is perfect. It matches exactly. Or it doesn't match exactly, but it's close to this color, and yeah. Okay. Cool. And then I choke and die, of course. Just makes sense, doesn't it? Colors. Yes, Andrew, that's what I've been saying. I was thinking just that, colors. Okay. Definitely a fan of that. Yo, I'm very tempted though to crank her up. No. I'll keep it at 16. And then because if I give it like 80, no, then I have to do a blur. I don't want to do that. All right, yeah, I'm actually decreasing I was spamming blur on everything before, and I started to not like the way it looked. So we got blur in some subtle places, like behind this panel and on the sidebar, only on macOS. And that'll do. I also got rid of the little stupid React query logo and replaced it with, well, nothing. Now you just click the side and it, yeah, I just don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at that shit. But in order to tell if it's development, I added a little development build note at the bottom here, just so you can always see, oh wait, this is not a released version. It's warm. That's why I'm drinking it like this. Yeah, it's coffee. Okay, yeah, let's fix this up. Oh, it's just job manager. Border, app line. Nailed it. Border, app line. Nailed it. Oh yeah, that's done. Okay, cool. Well, that was easy. It's still, I've got a ways to go to make it look good, of course. Oh, I really want to solve this annoying loading thing too. Look at this, look at this. When I load in a page, notice how you see a flash of no page on some components. Well, I mean, this one just doesn't have a page. Oh, and then this one still, I think, has the spline embed. Does it? Whatever. Oh god, index out of bounds. That's not good. That's a new one. Fun. What? The fuck with that? Happen there. We need a better way to detect that and display that to the user, because that was trippy. That looked like my library just died fully. Oh, actually, let me fix this up. I actually have no idea where that border is applied. I keep forgetting. Is it here? Yes, it is. Yeah, I want it to be white. Oh, and then is vid border black. Yeah, I'm gonna do class variance. It's already there, but whatever. Yeah, that's good. Okay, extensions. This is just a dummy component anyway. BG app box. BG app line. No, but border app line. Nailed it. Locations. Border app
Respect
line. BG app button. Nice. BG app box. Nice. That text needs truncation. Yeah, I'll do. Whatever. I know that's not the best way to do that, but it does the job. Gets it done. Moving on. Tags. This fucking background. What on earth? There we go. Cause card. Yeah, border app line BG app box. Card can be used everywhere now. I don't see why. Yo, and card. Look at this. Export. Default. Or no, export const card. I'm going to move this to a different place. This is just going to be a tw dot that. And then I'm actually going to delete card from here. So I get errors everywhere. Delete. And then I'm going to go into UI. And I'm going to add new file layout.tsx. And I'm going to export card from here. And then import tw from utils. Oh, yeah, t1.div, my bad. Herder. That's epic, and now I'm gonna export you from layout. And then everywhere that is screaming about missing a card. Oh, you want to toggle. How did I miss you? Where's your, you don't even use the toggle. Crying about nothing. Alt, Shift, O. Thank you very much. Same with you. Jesus Christ, look at the imports on that. Alright. The music is louder than me? Wow. How? My shit's so quiet. Can't change that? Alright, I'll turn it down here then. And then up here. Hello, testing. My name Jeffrey. Okay, is that any better? Non-existent. Turn it up a little bit. Down a bit. There we go. Sure, that's fine. Okay. Alright. Why these padding thin memes are everywhere. sexy. What is a space drive app for? Things and stuff, you know? Stuff and things. You look like you're sweating a little. Need a fan? I'm not sweating. It's actually cold. What do you mean I look like I'm sweating? Wait a second. I might be shiny. No sweat. My hair's a little, could use a bit of a ruffle up though. But yeah, I'm not, Yeah, I have like moisturizer on my face.